Hi everybody, welcome back. Today we are going to do a clock and make it look like a geode. So we're going to do that with some acrylic paint and some gold flakes. So you've got your clock, a little package of gold flakes, acrylic paint, so your main color, little bit of white paint. You're gonna need a palette, some white glue, a foam brush, and your little brush, and water paper towels. And then I'm using scissors just so I can get into this package. Okay, so let's go ahead and open up your package. And you need to be very careful because the arms of the clock are very delicate. While it's in here, we'll go ahead and pull off each piece. So the first thing is this little gold cap right here that we're gonna pull off. So just gently pull it off. The gold cap is attached to the red hand. Okay, so we'll set that on the side. Then the next piece is the long one. You can pull off. Then the short black one. And then the nose. We'll go ahead and open up the box and pull that out. You can put your pieces in this box so you don't lose them. And I put them in the order that they'll go back. And now we need to take this off. So there's a little washer here, and you can hopefully twist that. You might need somebody to help you, or if you have needle nose pliers, you can just use those to pull, to kind of crank that, or some sort of pliers. Okay, so a little set of pliers and some might help. So I'm just gonna grab and twist. Sometimes they're easier than others. Just need something to hold on to that so you can get that washer and that little nut to come off. Just wanna pull it all off. So then there's this piece. And then there's a gold piece. All that is on the top. So I'll keep it all right here. And then the battery portion, the clock mechanism, all set on the side. Okay, now I want you to keep in mind this is the top where these are. We're doing a geode, so it really probably won't matter, but if you have in your mind that this is the top and this is the bottom, make sure that the hangers are on the top side. Okay, so there we go. I have green in my kit, so that's what I will be painting today. I'm going to cover the entire surface first with my green paint. So I'll take my foam brush and just paint. I just want to get a nice coverage of that green on the whole thing. So your base color over the whole thing. And then we'll break it up into little parts. You don't need any water. We're just brushing this on. It doesn't need to be a thick coat. I just have a really nice thin coat. No. I think it's fine. Okay, so there we have it. It's covered. A nice coat is on there. Now I want to make sure that I get my edges too, so I'm just going to take my brush and go along the edge like this. And I've got plenty of excess paint on here where it makes it really easy to just go around the edge. And this is nice because I can hold it in my hand and do that. Okay. I don't see any brush strokes, so I like that. I've got a really nice coverage of green. Now I want to keep in mind, because I want to know which is my top. So my hangers are here, so they're facing the top again. And now my next thing I want to do is we want to break this up into some different colors. Still using my green, but I'm going to mix a little bit of white with my green, and I'm actually going to change to my skinnier brush that we've used this week. I'm going to open up my white. We just have a little bit of white in here. And I'll take my brush. So I have a little dollop of paint. And I'm going to work in diagonals. And I feel like when I do diagonals, it represents and looks actually more like a geode. So I know that this part, I'm going to do a little wiggle. See that? Like a little wiggle, and just spread my paint out. And because my green wasn't dry underneath, it's creating like a light green. I like that. Just a little squiggle. And I'm going back and forth. And I'm going to go on the side, because I like that to carry over to the side and to this side. See that? That's really pretty. Now maybe I want to do a little dark green along this edge, but it kind of turned into light green, which is totally fine, but it's just fun. So we're just going to create some diagonal lines in whatever colors that you want. And they don't need to be straight. They can be variations of your green and a little bit of white. Okay? Might just dip my paintbrush in that. And do another little skinny. See that? And this time I'm going to use the flat part of my brush. But you can see I'm always kind of doing a diagonal. And I'm actually not even cleaning my brush. I'm just dipping it in the green and then sometimes in the white, creating all these different variations of color. And my paint is not thick. It's still pretty thin, so it can dry fast. But I don't want to be able to see any of that wood in the back. Gorgeous. More green. Can't wait to put the gold flakes on once this is dry. but I'm just doing these wiggle patterns. I guess that's what you'd call it, wiggle patterns. Miss Mel, what would you call it?
Wavy patterns?
Wavy. Yeah, I like that too.
I like wiggle too, though.
Wiggle or wave.
Wiggle, wiggle.
And I'm just going to keep doing like these little wavy patterns. Some of them could be a little more straight with just a little wiggle in it. But I'm just going right over that green and doing some skinny ones, some wide ones. See that? How's that looking on screen? Oh, it looks pretty good. Maybe I'll do a little more white. Look at that. That's a nice one, huh? I like it when some are like really skinny, so I'm gonna go up and down on my brush. Try and do a skinny one. And maybe they even intertwine and kind of skip a little bit. There's no mistakes when we do this. We're just creating some really cool edges. I love it. Like, really love it. Just have fun making your patterns. Okay guys, I don't know if you saw what just happened, but there was a big green blob when I squirted it straight here. That's why you should always use your palette. But I just went over, so it's okay, no mistake made. Just lesson learned. Put my paint in here first, and then you can go over, but I just brushed it out with my foam brush, easy. But I just want it to dry is the thing. And so it might take a little bit longer to dry because of that. Loving all of these lines that are happening. See how some are closer, like this side is really close and we have a nice band of green and then some light. I'm really actually loving that and how that's looking. And maybe I want to do some really wiggle, like some different kind of texture in there. Watch this. I'm just kind of rolling my paintbrush to add a different exaggerated line. And I'm pressing it hard to make some interesting variations. Okay. And really all I've been doing is just keep pushing, and look, I just kind of twirl to make, oh, I like that. Yeah. Okay. And then I'm going to let this dry. So we will be back in maybe about 10 minutes. You want it to be dry in order to move to the next step when we add the gold flakes. So we'll see you back in just a few minutes. Okay guys, mine is dry and I want to make sure that my paintbrush, just the little one, is clean. Probably need cleaner water, but I think this is, yeah, I think that's good. I'm going to get out a few gold flakes. You guys have a little package of gold flakes. You're lucky because if I sneeze, this would go everywhere. If you sneeze, you just have a few gold flakes that will go everywhere. Okay, I'm not gonna breathe. Okay, these are very delicate. If you breathe or laugh, they're going to go everywhere. I'm just warning you. Okay, so Mel, don't make me laugh. Okay, so I'm gonna put a little white glue down. Actually, I'm gonna use my palette. Don't have the fan on when you do this. And notice I'm talking very quietly because I think that it's going to make that move. Okay, so I'm gonna put a little white glue down on my palette because we learned our lesson not to do it on here in case too much comes out like paint. So I'm gonna take a little, okay, I think I'm gonna put a little gold here. I really like how this one turned out. A little gold in the corner. Again, this is up. So a little gold here in the corner, maybe a little bit here, and maybe a little bit here is my pattern. So a little bit of glue, just white glue is fine. And just gonna do just a tad in that corner. And look, I just pick that up and place it down. Oh my gosh, and there's so much like little gold flakes. And you just want to gently pat it. Don't brush it too much because it will really break apart. I'm just kind of patting it down. You don't need a lot. If you brush it, it's going to just really break apart. So I'm just patting it. Oh my gosh, it's so delicate. And I've still got glue on my brush. No laughing. Don't breathe too hard. Isn't that gorgeous? So pretty. Okay. Oh, no big waves. Let's do a little more glue. And I see a really cool stripe here. And I'm just going to put it kind of in that area. Oh boy. Just kind of dabbing it down. And it can create really whatever shape it wants to. Your glue will dry clear. And I'm just kind of patting it down so it sticks. Gorgeous. Oh, and it's okay, I think, if it's a little textured. Just going to take a little glue, pat that down. I'm not even going all the way across with it. Gorgeous. Oh! Don't do that. We've been talking about not making big waves. Here I did it. Maybe we should have it in a bowl or something. Okay. I've learned my lesson. I'm not going to do that. I'll probably do that again. Not on purpose. Okay, I like that it's really chunky, and I went around the edge too. Okay, I'm just going to lift this up slowly and show you guys. See, it's wrapped around the edge. Okay, and then I think I'll do a little wave up in here as well. And I went over the white, so it's hard for me to see exactly where that glue went. I'm just going to grab all these little gold pieces. You can see it's really starting to break apart too. It's thick. Gently. Wrap it around the edge because that just looks cool. This gold is really nice touch. Again, you guys should be, Mom and Dad, you're welcome. We didn't give you a bigger piece because this could really get messy everywhere. But it's such a nice touch to these frames. Okay, that's great. I love this. I'm gonna let this dry and then we'll come back and I'll show you how to put the clock mechanism back together. Okay, see you in a few. Okay guys, we are ready to put our clock mechanism back on. My clock is dry, so it is ready for me. I'm going to clear all of this out of the way. And these are the pieces that were on top. And then this is the mechanism that goes on the back. So let's flip this over and put this in. So the little nose will be push, so this is flush, okay? So that means it just fits in there. This little box was made just for it. And then when I flip it back over, I'll set it down. And then I put all my pieces here in the order they came off. So I know this little washer goes on first, right over that nose. And then the little, I think this is called a hex nut, is that right? And then I'll just twist it. You can use pliers to tighten that, but it's not necessary. You can just twist it with your fingers. Oh, I have gold all over me. Oh, it's like glued on. And then I twist that on. I'm holding the back here so I can twist it on there pretty good. And if you ever have a clock part that goes out, we actually sell these mechanisms at the store. You should bring in your old one so we can measure it and see what size you have. Okay, so the nose is on. We had our washer first, then that nut we put on there, tightened it down. And then the next thing, be very careful with these because they'll bend very easily. I'm just trying to pick it up by the circle part of it and be very careful. And I will put it on the nose and just gently press it down and you'll feel it kind of lock. You may want an adult to help you do this just so you don't bend that part. Again, picking this up on the circle part, it's very delicate. So we'll put that one, stack it on top and just gently press it down without bending the hand. And then finally, the button on this has a little stem that goes in the hole. And you'll just guide it on there and then take your finger and just push down on the button, but not the hand. And then it's locked in. And then you can put your battery in the back and your clock is ready to go. If any of your hands have bent, especially the second hand, you can pull it up just a little so it doesn't hit the other guy. But there is your finished clock. And we hope you enjoyed today's craft, the Geode Clock. Have a great day. Bye.